All right, I legitimately just turned off my computer, my stream, and everything. The Oscars just ended, and there is a lot to talk about and not a lot to talk about. So let's just jump on into it.
And the Oscar goes to.
Here we go. This is
Now, as my predictions went tonight, I ended up doing very, very well. I think, and that is kind of a talk about how the Oscars ended up going. I get 20 out and 3. So out of the 23 awards given out tonight, I only missed 3 of them. And let's just start off talking about those 3, because those are the ones that I felt were the upsets or the more interesting picks. One that I did miss up was documentary short film, where it went to the last repair shop. I thought the book banning of, the ABCs of book banning would win. But after hearing this week, after I made my video, what the last repair shop really was and the passion behind it from people who saw it, I am so happy that it won. It was a great speech and a great moment overall. Definitely something that maybe I'll check out now that it's Oscar winning. And I probably should check it out earlier. The other 2 categories I messed up was production design, where Poor Things took home the win. And this is just bad on me. I should have known that the voters, when it comes to hair and makeup, production design, and costume design, would likely just all go on the line of Poor Things. I had makeup and hair right, where a lot of people thought Maestro was the favorite. I had costume design right for Poor Things. I really thought Barbie had a chance to win for production design. And and I know some people thought it might win costume design, but everything went to Poor Things here. Poor Things in general had a pretty good night overall. We'll talk about how it ended up later for Poor Things, but that'll when we talk more about what happened in the Best Actress race. But that was a category I messed up for production design. It wasn't Barbie, it ended up being Poor Things. And then I messed up visual effects, which it was between The Creator and Godzilla Minus One. And why did I doubt the power of Godzilla? And again, a great moment for the crew. They all had little Godzilla individuals brought up there. Godzilla Minus One takes home the Oscar. And that is not the only international film that won. We saw 3 total international wins, actually 4 total international wins outside the international film category. Zone of Interest upset Oppenheimer for a lot of people's minds in Best Sound. Now, the Zone of Interest is a movie that I think the sound is its own character. When you see the Zone of Interest, you understand why it would win Best Sound, because it's telling the actual story and the horror story going on behind the film, and is really letting you understand the evil that is taking place in this movie. The Boy and the Heron took down Spider-Man for Best Animated Feature. Again, Miyazaki might not have been there tonight, but I think the Academy liked the story of that movie, knew it might be Miyazaki's last movie. It's a very beautifully animated movie. It takes down Spider-Verse, which we'll be getting a 3rd movie at some point. Again, a very good movie, but for a lot of people, this would be an upset. I luckily picked that correctly. And then we talked about Godzilla Minus One, but then for adapted screenplay, Anatomy of a Fall took it home with Justine Triet and her partner. And again, Anatomy of a Fall only gets 1 win tonight, but the screenplay of Anatomy of a Fall was probably the thing that had the best chance at winning and honestly deserved to win. Sandra Hüller did not take home Best Actress. All the other major categories it was in, it was fighting against big things like Oppenheimer and Poor Things. And it just didn't really have a chance against those films. But screenwriting, I think Anatomy was always penciled in to win this award season. It even won just the basic Best Screenplay award at the Golden Globes over something like Barbie. But Anatomy of a Fall takes home original screenplay. Now let's flip that from that international flair again. 4 international wins tonight outside international film. That's kind of awesome for 4 different films too. But going back to more of the non-international films, for adapted screenplay, it went to American Fiction, and Cord Jefferson gave an amazing speech tonight, and honestly, American Fiction is very deserving of this. I know there's people out there that think Barbie deserved to win, and I think Barbie, if it did win, totally deserving. But Cord Jefferson and American Fiction, the script, the witty humor, the satire, that is what really shines the most in that movie. Not that it doesn't have great performances from people like Sterling K. Brown, Jeffrey Wright, and others, but the script is superb, and it's what puts it up to the top tier in the Best Picture category overall. So again, this wasn't an upset for me. The minute I saw it won the BAFTAs, which is the British Oscars, I knew that this was probably a shoe-in to win at the Oscars here. And going down other stuff, we talked about Poor Things winning costume design, hair and makeup, production design. We also got in short film the War is Bad, War is Over, inspired by the music of John and Yoko. That ended up taking home animated short. The live short went to The Wonderful Story of by Henry Sugar, which is Wes Anderson's first Oscar. He wasn't at the award tonight, but again, very loaded cast, very entertaining on Netflix. Definitely deserving of the Oscar win. As far as overall moments outside wins presenting wise, I think there was three key ones. First up, in terms of presenting, the absolute best presenter tonight was naked John Cena. And as you can see here, he committed to this bit. And it was just one of those like, oh my goodness, this is really happening and happening for costume design. It was a really funny choice and really leapt out per se. The other presenting bit that I loved tonight was John Mulaney and his presentation, where it wasn't really not even presenting his award. It was talking about Field of Dreams. And basically, what started down this rabbit hole of different movie talks and what things mean leads to him just ranting about Field of Dreams. And even though it had nothing to do with the category, it was that type of moment that felt like it connected to me as a movie watcher that anybody can watch and laugh at. John Mulaney was great there overall, and outside of that, Jimmy Kimmel wasn't the best overall in terms of the host. He moved things along. Guillermo's tequila thing was probably the funniest bit that came from him tonight, and there wasn't any Matt Damon slander, which I was really expecting Matt Damon to come out and some because he was in Oppenheimer, but Matt Damon was nowhere to be seen. So must have been protesting Jimmy Kimmel, even though that isn't really a real feud. What else? As far as musical performances, best song justfully went to Billie Eilish, winning her second Oscar, becoming the youngest two-time Oscar winner with What Was I Made For? Now, as far as the best song presentations tonight and performances in live, I'm Just Ken with Ryan Gosling stole the show there. Again, What Was I Made For is technically the best song that was in the category for the year, and that's why it won the Oscar. That's why it won some Grammys. That's why it was the award darling that it is. I'm Just Ken is going to be that song that you sing with your friends, that song that you are at the bar at karaoke night and you just want to belt the I'm Just Ken. I'm sorry I sang for you guys, but I can't help it. Ryan inspired me tonight, and Slash was there. It was a great over-the-top performance, exactly what I think everybody wanted to with I'm Just Ken. But that one for best song overall, and that leads us more towards Oppenheimer winning some of the more higher up categories. Score went to Ludwig Göransson, who is quickly becoming, I think, the next Hans Zimmer and John Williams per se. Things like Black Panther and now this. He has 2 Oscars. I think he's very young. He's definitely very masterful with music. He's somebody I think is going to potentially be in the dozens of Oscars by the end of his career. He's going to be having a lot of people asking for his compositional ability. Oppenheimer also took down Best Editing. Again, editing was the category where I was like, if it loses that, Oppenheimer fans, then you could panic for Best Picture. Because they were panicking when they saw Poor Things winning the craft categories, when they saw American Fiction and Anatomy of a Fall winning the screenplay categories. They were like, oh my goodness, it's gonna be like Black Klansman and Green Book. It's gonna be like, it's gonna happen. We're gonna lose, and you didn't. Oppenheimer did win Best Picture, and yes, I'm including Best Picture before I even talked about any of the actor categories, but that's just because we all knew Oppenheimer was going to win Best Picture. And including it in Best Picture, you had Robert Downey Jr. winning Best Supporting Actor and Cillian Murphy winning Best Actor. Both those individuals had great speeches. Christopher Nolan winning for Best Directing had a great speech. Editing came through, Oppenheimer won, and then everybody kind of sank back down in their seats and was like, okay, there is no mysterious movie coming out of the way to take Best Picture. No. Oppenheimer got Best Picture. Oppenheimer got Best Director. Oppenheimer got Best Actor, Supporting Actor. It got Score. It went home with 1, 2, three, four, five, six Oscars. Definitely in the night in terms of Oscars. Supporting actress was the leading role of the night, and that went to Divine Joy Randolph, who gave such a heartwarming speech. Just like last year, I said supporting actress should be the first award because Ke Huy Quan was going to deliver a great speech that would get everybody into the award show and loving what's going to happen. The same thing happened tonight with Divine Joy Randolph, and her speech was elegant, it was personal, it was emotional, and what was easily the least surprising award of the night was the perfect way to start the award show, and the holdovers got some love there. A movie that was shut out, though, was Killers of the Flower Moon. And why is that? Because Lily Gladstone did not get Best Actress tonight. That went to Emma Stone. And you can tell this was an award that was going to be kind of the mystery award, the one that everybody going into the Oscars nights wasn't sure who was going to win. Gladstone won SAG. Stone won BAFTA. Huller has a great performance waiting in the rings and maybe a very big international contingency supporting her. But in the end, Emma Stone in her 30s wins her second Oscar overall. And I honestly am so happy to see that. Not because I'm anti-Lily Gladstone or Sandra Huller or Carey Mulligan or Annette Bening. All five of these ladies delivered great performances in their roles and were well deserving of a win if they were given it. I'm happy because Bella Baxter, to me, and Emma Stone was the quintessential best performance by a single individual all year. And I know there's a lot of support behind Lily Gladstone for all the right reasons. And part of me is sad for people who were fans for all those right reasons for Lily Gladstone wanting to win. And I say to you that Lily is never going to be forgotten. That is, in terms of Killers of the Flower Moon, she is that movie. She gives that great performance, and I wish there was a way she could have gotten her own Oscar here. And I am not here to belittle her performance and what she deserves in terms of recognition, but I am here to celebrate what I think was the absolute best performance by any actor or actress all year, and that is Emma Stone in Poor Things. And so to see her win, to kind of see her authentic shock, to see her general kind of anxiety as she's giving her speech, I feel like after SAG, she told herself, you know what, this is Lily's award. I'm so happy for that. But she was a deserving winner tonight. And to me, that speech was kind of the star of the final parts of the speech. It was the category we all came to watch for. Everybody knew Oppenheimer was winning everything else. Everybody knew that, Divine Joy Randolph was winning the supporting actress category. Nobody knew who was going to win Best Actress. So, again, if there was a way to split this award to 5 individuals, I think this is a group of best actress candidates that deserve it. But Emma Stone played a performance that I think was the best of the year and the one that will be remembered most throughout the whole entire year. As far as other stuff we talked about, 20 Days in Mariupol, it won for Best Long-Form Documentary, and then International Feature Film went to The Zone of Interest. And overall, the Oscars were just a really enjoyable time. There wasn't anything too controversial per se. Everybody got a decent amount of time to speak. Everybody got represented pretty well. The only Best Picture nominees that didn't win were Maestro, Killers of the Flower Moon, Past Lives, and I think that's it because you had wins for Barbie, Oppenheimer, American Fiction, Anatomy of a Fall, The Holdovers, Zone of Interest, and Poor Things. So, of the 10 nominees, 7 of them came home with awards, and it doesn't mean that they were spreading the love around this year. This was just a year that I think certain movies just did certain things very well. So certain movies screenplayed really well. Certain movies sound very well. Certain movies had the production design super done well. Some of these movies had great acting in them. Some of these movies were just overall juggernauts like Oppenheimer. Barbie was like the song movie with original song play. So, yes, the Oscars 2024 will be remembered for Oppenheimer and Poor Things winning a lot, and quietly 4 different international films winning 4 different categories that are not international feature film. And I can't wait to see what happens next year. But if you've been here, like and subscribe to the channel. I've loved this season. You can check out all of my kind of thoughts and pitches on why any one of the 10 Best Picture nominees should win Best Picture. But it's now on to the new season. It's now on to focusing on what's going to be the Joshkers for 2024, what's going to be the Oscars for 2025, what's coming out in the movies next weekend, what's good on TV. All that and more is available here on my channel, Josh Does Movies and Kind of Television. And I just thank anybody who watches, likes, and subscribes because I've really been enjoying it. And this was really a fun end of the year in movies catching back up. And I am committed and excited to be seeing all this stuff all the way through 2024 this year. I thank you, and I wish you all a good day or good night wherever you're at. Peace.